This is Jerry Diamond with How to Get Out of Babylon. Arc date 2015-6-20. 9 more days before the end of the biblical calendar year and the end of Shemitah. I'm back at a base camp and whatever you want to call it, my temporary headquarters, Airstream. And there's a few things that I need to address. One is, this is for me personally, I need to make this place winterable, so there's a lot of things I need to do. I've been walking around in a rock forest, just trip hazards everywhere, sharp rocks sticking up out of the ground. Some of them I cannot deal with without a bulldozer, but just odd angles everywhere. And some of them I've been working on. I've got a fire ring going there. I'm going to move that. I'm going to clean that up. I don't want it there. But just some of these rocks are just weird. You know, when there's a cover with snow, they're going to be slippery. And there's plenty of them around to bust your head on. I got this junk in the way. That's where the chair broke and I fell back and grazed the top of my head on that log that my son cut down out of the tree, which was, way up there. That's about at least 30 feet up where he cut that off. And he just climbed this tree. He clips a rope with a carabiner to a belt loop and then chainsaw on the other end. He crawls up, hangs onto the tree with his legs and one arm and whacks it. So anyway, so that's one of my projects. I had a burn pile there. I don't like that. And this every time if I walk in that one, it's wet and messy. It gets my sandals or feet dirty. So I'm going to clean that up. Got a little entryway over here. I want to get some rock down. And there's, trip hazard. A few stumps, not too many stumps. One there, and I've got a Weber charcoal starter that will fit over that, so I can start a fire in that and use it like a rocket stove and burn the stump down. But everywhere there's rocks jutting up. That one can come out real easy, and that's the easiest thing. If there's any movement at all, you can get a pickaxe under them and get them out. But bam, 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 just everywhere. I tried putting cardboard down, and that's just to kill, get the weeds down. That's a no-go, really. It's just another slippery trip hazard, but that one's on top of a rock here. That's not cool. So there's a big pile of white rock up there that, for the road, and I'm going to take the wheelbarrow up, and I'm going to smash, change, get some of the sharp rocks down high enough, and then just put white rock there, limestone rock. Little ones pop out. That one I can see is moving just with my foot. That'll be easy. Twofold method in my madness or plan there is, the other one is, I am not in good physical condition. I've been sitting at a desk for 10 years, not doing a lot of physical manual labor because I've just been spending virtually sometimes 20 hours a day studying, researching, trying to find out, how to grow food and everything. And all that research is out there, but most of it's in my head. One time, my computer crashed. Got a little bit of stuff on flash drives and da-da-da-da, but it ain't good enough. So, many, many years ago, about 2002 or 3, probably 2003, at a feast day, I met a man who's a miniaturized robotics design engineer, very brilliant man. The only person I've ever met in my entire life who has read Buckminster Fuller's book, R. Buckminster Fuller's book on geodesic domes and whatnot, his vision of the future. I don't think I could even read it. I don't know anybody else in the world right now that I would say could read that book. So anyway, this man talked to me for not too long, 20 minutes, I think, half an hour. And he said, you are a living liability, was how he put it. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, you have all the ideas. Are they written down? Are they archived? Are they... I said, no, it's just in my head. And he says, well, what happens if you die? I said, well, it's all gone. He says, well, that is not good. Now, this man was very brilliant, and yet every time I met him, because I'd meet him about once or twice a year at feast days and Passover, Tabernacles, or whatever, and he was from another state, Minnesota, so he didn't come down like for Pentecost too often, but we would talk for 45 minutes before I'd suddenly realize, oh, that's right, Grant thinks he's smarter than me. So, he had far more education, obviously. I have like zero education, really. I mean, past high school, smattering of Bible college, and that's about it. And I'm just self-educated. But, so anyway, and I want to clear out the perimeter where I had my original rope line from, the big tree to that tree. Over there where you see some laundry hanging, that's my perimeter rope. And I want to get that cleared out, branches and garbage and junk, all that cedar. Well, that cedar's outside, but I don't want any branches right up against it. Those two piles are going to be firewood in the winter, but they don't need to be there because of that big tree. That's it. That big tree, they're inside the perimeter there. They're right up against it. So if I hang a tarp or something there's a windbreak in the winter, I don't want fire coming right up against it. And I have another thing. Cattle and goats could come in here at any time. And cattle, I can stop with one line. They won't come inside the perimeter, but goats will be all over everything. Dancing, pooping, doing their thing. Climbing on my table, climbing on everything. So anyway, that's about it. And so get in shape, clean the place up, get it ready for winter. Take out trip hazards as best possible. If not, take them out, level the surface with, with rock and dirt. So you use little rocks to fill in the holes where you dug a big rock out, and you use the little rocks to level the ground up against a big rock that you can't get out. So that's what I'm going to have to be working on. So just need to be looking ahead and planning, and that's what I need to be doing here. So get in shape and get the place cleaned up. If it's not me living here, somebody else will be. Because once I get it fixed up, ain't nobody going to want to move the trailer, because why would you move it when it's in a really nice place? And it's really the nicest place on the property for this. It's got trees around it for shade, but not encroaching on it too much, except for that one. I cannot bring that up to height where it's supposed to be because of that tree. The tree's about the tree's about 1 foot too close to the trailer. Okay. The trailer is about 1 foot too close to the tree. I can lift that up to where I can walk, but I have to roll it up to do it, and that's okay. I was doing that just, put it down during the day and put it up at night, and I'll probably roll it up for today because I've gotten used to ducking under. It's not that big of a deal. But and the other nice thing is I'm near electricity and water. There's my shower stall, and this here is these are matching halves, like clamshell halves, and so I can swing this empty one around and mate it up to that one and make a door that I can step over or whatever to get inside, and then I can heat that up, put a rocket stove at one end and run it underground, or I'd have to too much rock to do that, but put some kind of stainless steel tubing through it, fire it up, and I'll have heat, and I'll have a sauna. I'll have a sweat lodge. So I can actually just fire the rocket stove with stainless steel and sprinkle water on it and have a sweat bath, sweat lodge, modern Indian sweat lodge. So anyway, there you go. Here's a rock big one that they had to bust out just to get the trailer in. I wasn't going to do it. It was huge, and it's sticking up at a weird angle, like a ship coming out of an iceberg or whatever. I don't know. It was just a big one, more than I could tackle. So, alrighty. So, and I need to have a place to put stuff. I mean, I've just got stuff scattered all over here, parts and tools, and I need to paint my tools, get a wheelbarrow and run some rock down here. I've got stuff stored under there, just stuff scattered everywhere. It's just a mess. And I've been over at the solar farm uploading. That's where I go to upload, so I got to cut this one off so I don't get too long here and Try to make it easier to upload these because it's quicker rather than doing the whole thing. So, okay, this is Jerry Diamond with How to Get Out of Babylon. If you are listening to this, you are the remnant, and I'm telling you, this is people got to get in here before it is too late. Come with your stuff, your belongings, your family. Be part of the solution, people. Listen and hear and listen. This is Jerry Diamond. How to Get Out of Babylon. If you're listening to this, you are the remnant.